Hi Pisces, this is Jessica with Whispers of Grace. I'm here today to do your past life reading. This is a timeless past life reading, so whenever you come across it, it should resonate with you. We are focusing on what was the major life that is creating the most significant blockages now. So we're going to be going over your major life theme. What are the lessons? What are the blockages and lessons in love? We will also be doing a small meditation at the end in order to release this energy. So I ask that you please stay till the end if this resonates with you so you can release this energy. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for always coming back as always. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. So what we have as far as your life theme is the first card you got was the Galactic, okay? And this means that I almost get the sense that some of you could be really drawn to the starry night or always wondered what is out in space. It could also mean that this was your first life that is coming through. So you might still be picking up on this residual energy where you might not feel like where's your place in this world? Are you having a hard time connecting to others? Because in this life you weren't very you didn't understand people here on earth because you felt like they were vicious or violent or they were too ego driven. And I feel like one of your major reasons for this lifetime was to be the balance of good and evil, which is a big thing to put on your plate. So with that being said, you also have the scribe or writer card, which has been coming out a lot today. So you could be very, I'm actually picking up, you might be a big reader, or you might just have this thing about pen and paper, or, I'm getting my stepdaughter, she's like, I just love the smell of books, like instead of being connected to the internet, she loves the feel of the pages, she loves the smell of the paper and the ink. So but what it all has to do with is forgiveness. And this is about realizing that people are different than you, that we all have our place in this world, and we all have our reason for being here. So I feel like in this life, because it was your first time being here, you kind of felt like a fish out of water, and you were having a hard time connecting with people. So you might have been one of those people to write forgiveness letters, or to write what it is that you experienced in order to release that energy. So you might even notice that in this life, when you get upset, do you normally go write in a journal, or write poetry or things like that? And I feel like this was a way of bringing that peace offering to the world. Now, your major lesson in this life, um, you have the Keeper of the Scales and the High Lady of Love and Compassion. And again, the High Lady of Love and Compassion is all about seeing the beauty in life, coming about things in such a peaceful, loving way. And that's probably why, because if this was your first life, you're coming straight from the other side, and it's nothing but love here. So then you come into an ego driven world and you're like, what is this madness? I don't want it. But you could see the good in people because you could recognize their souls, and to see that love and compassion that's buried within, you want to bring that out. And I think that's why the Keeper of the Scales is here, to teach you that you have to be the balance between the light and the dark. And I think another thing in here too is, don't feel like you have to do it all on your own. You find people that get you, that understand you. It's hard for you to be around people who are too different than you. And even with those, you're still a very loving and compassionate person. You want things to be easygoing. You want to keep the peace. And a lot of Pisces I know are scared of confrontation, and this is why. Because you just want there to be peace. You want there to be happiness. You want there to be forgiveness. So you might find that in this life, even though you avoid confrontation, it might be one of those things where you find that it bubbles up to the surface and kind of comes out in spurts, instead of you letting it come to the surface and dealing with it head on. You might have those little blow ups every now and again when you feel like you're being treaded on. But it's because you've been given such a big job, Pisces. I mean, to be the keeper of the scales, the high lady of love and compassion, and being the writer of forgiveness. You're the one writing these things in. So make sure that when it comes to forgiving yourself, forgiving those who have wronged you, forgiving those that don't align with you, and that's perfectly fine. Like, you do what you have to do in order to survive. But it's all about fairness, it's all about balance. And you might even be one of those people that stand up to, like, the judicial system. Some of you might, I'm getting, some of you might either have been lawyers or really into following the news because you're tired of the injustice. Now, and yeah, and again, okay, see, these keep coming out. The word Lord and the Lady of Lightning. So this means that, things might come in very quick, fast, and in a hurry for you. The Lady of Lightning is basically like tower energy. It rocks your world, right? And so this is where you need to step in, is stepping in for those who are less fortunate, that don't have a voice, that can't stand up for themselves, and really focusing on how are you moving in a state of love and grace. How are you bringing your gifts and your abilities to the table? Now, the blockages in this life, you have the queen, the king, queen, and the three of staffs here. So I feel like one of the major blockages is, feeling like you have to do everything on your own, or, staying so focused on the bigger picture that you're not seeing what's happening right in front of you. And especially with the three of staffs here, it's almost planning to be a blockage. It's almost planning too much. If you focus too much in the future and not what's going on in the here and now, maybe the blockage too is having that faith in yourself that you can do whatever it is that you want, but you don't necessarily have to do it on your own either. So, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of fire energy. Y'all could have been a fire sign in this life. Um, but there's a lot of generosity and, independence here that I'm seeing. So just make sure that you understand, yes, you can do it on your own, but you don't have to. And I think that's one of the biggest blockages that there is finding that balance, right? So the messages in love, they're, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. And again, it's that balance, right? So finding the balance in the give and take, understanding, hi Marie, how are you? Um, understanding that you don't have to do it on your own, but that you can love someone, but you don't have to control or be controlled. That when you truly love, you can just let be. And I think that's one of the biggest things in this life for you, because only time will tell. So it's being patient in the moment and allowing the things to come up as they need, right? Um, I'm sorry, y'all. I have this meditation music on and I do not like it. Sounds better. Okay. But I really feel like this life is all about forgiveness and keeping that balance and being that light in the world that we so desperately need. To be comfortable in your own energy, to know that if you stay present in this moment, that it is what it is and it will all balance itself out as long as you are following your heart. Don't feel like you have to be so independent or so fierce that you have to think so far out that you're not enjoying the present moment, okay? So, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of karmic cycles that are coming to a close um, in this current life for you Pisces. So when it comes to, removing yourself from drama and negativity from past partners, relationships, friendships, whatever the case may be, there's a lot of karmic cycles that are coming to a close for you Pisces when it comes to this life in particular. So if there is someone that is coming through, you might be going through something when you watch this video, like, oh, my friend just did that to me, or my partner just did that to me. This is to remind you that through love and forgiveness that you can do anything, okay? So with that being said, we're going to go into meditation real quick. So I just want everyone to settle in, close your eyes, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you breathe in, allow your lungs to fill up with that white light. And on the exhale, I want you to release any dark energy, negative energy, and just let it all that tension go, okay? Dear Spirit of love and light, I call upon you now. Archangel Michael, I call upon you as well. I'm calling in regards to the sign of Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. To remember their power through forgiveness and love is their greatest and most precious gift that they have. That they do not have to do this on their own, and through the tower energy that they can overcome it all when they keep the scales balanced. We understand that where there is light, there has to be darkness. Where there is an up, there must be a down. But give